In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 tips on how to sell on Etsy for beginners. These tips will help you create a successful Etsy shop. Hey, I'm Lauren Keys, and in this video, I'm also going to share with you my entire idea process. So I'm going to show you how I get ideas and then turn them into sales. This process has helped me make sales on Etsy consistently for the past year and a half. So if you're an Etsy beginner, this video is for you. So tip number 1, gathering ideas. So I have a Notion document here that I write down all my inspired ideas and information related to what I will create next. Now you could also use a Google Doc. I started off using Google Docs. But yeah, anything really, so you can gather all your ideas and information related to what you're going to create next. So this particular page in Notion that I've created, it's just an example for this video because my documents are just way too messy. So as you can see here, this is really where everything comes together for me for my Etsy shop. Up here, as you can see, I journal on inspired ideas, things that are coming through, anything that sort of is just there, like I'm feeling inspired by it. I write the date down and I will journal on what I potentially will create next. Then I'll also list out the products that I have decided that I am going to create, and I'll list them out there so that they are there and I don't forget them. I have links to listings that are bestsellers or listings that I know are selling well so that I can refer back to them and further study them. I have an area here where I will add in screenshots of those listings so that I can gain further inspiration from those particular listings. And I will generally plan out all my keywords and tags in advance as well. So now I will show you the process of once I have a rough idea of what I want to create next. For example, let's go with a printable weekly goal planner. I will then go into Etsy. I will search that and I will be looking at the listings that are on the first page, and in particular the ones that are more towards the top. I don't look at ads because people pay to be there. So I'm generally looking for listings that stand out to me, but in particular, I am really looking for best sellers. So here we have a bestseller here. So once I've had a quick glance at this, I will grab the link for that listing and I will copy it and I will paste it in here. Now I copy the links here so that I can easily refer to them while I'm creating my digital products in Canva. I'm not copying them. I am using their listings purely for inspiration. That's all it is, and it just makes it really handy to have it in one place so that I can refer back to it. Now, as you can see here, I also have a section for Etsy keywords research. So I will gather, tags, keywords in advance. And I generally will go and have a look at those best-selling items, and I will just have a look at what they've got in their title there. But I go more into depth with this by using Sales Samurai. So I will actually be doing a tutorial on Sales Samurai on how to use this particular software. So be sure to subscribe to my channel for that. And if you guys are getting value from this video, hit that like and subscribe button. So once I've done, I've had a look through Sales Samurai, I've had a look on Etsy for those keywords, I will, make note of them. And at this stage, I generally will have a really good idea of what the title is going to be for this listing. And I have an overall, general idea of what I am going to create, the theme, the colors, and, all that. Getting all your ideas out of your head onto paper or onto a document really helps you stay focused, and it prevents that overwhelming feeling that a lot of creatives can get when it just feels like their brain is all over the place. Tip number 2, set a date and time to create your digital products. Get clear on the date and time where you will actually sit down and create your digital products, fill out the Etsy listing description form, create the listing images. You want to make this a routine if you can. It's really important that you are setting time aside specifically for your Etsy shop so that you can really grow your Etsy shop into something incredible. You will not make sales on Etsy if you don't take action. And I mean, that's common sense, right? And if you want to have consistent sales on Etsy and grow your shop, there is going to be effort and work required. So it's really important to know when to stop researching, and it's really important to know when to actually go and do the work. And I highly recommend that you start creating that digital product that excites you the most. Start with that one first, and then just repeat this process. Tip number 3, streamline everything. So it's a rinse and repeat process. So what I mean by this is you want to have things in place so that everything's just really easy for you. You have a system in place and things just flow. So for example, I have a separate page here, which is for my Etsy listing description. And I will pretty much use the same listing description for all of my digital products. Now, this one that I am showing you, I've just made this one up for the purposes of this video. So what I would do is just copy and paste all of this text, and yeah, I would copy it and I would paste it into my Etsy listing form. And then I would just go and change, all the titles of whatever that new product is. So I'm literally just changing this area up here of what the product is, what's included. I would just be editing that area there, but the instructions for downloading and all that, it's exactly the same. So it's just really, really handy to have something like this saved in a document somewhere that you can just go to, copy and paste it, and then it just makes the process so much more easier. Now, when it comes to the listing images that you will be uploading into your Etsy listing, I already have templates that I use over and over again. So it's just a matter of me entering the new images of whatever that particular digital product is. And it's as simple as that. Like pretty much everything else just stays the same. And it is as simple as that. Obviously I go and change the colors to match the certain themes of whatever, it is that I've created there. But that is how I have streamlined things so that it's literally like I don't have to do much thinking, and that's the way that I like it. Tip number 4, study your shop stats. Have a look into your stats. So what are the keywords that people are typing in to get to your listings? Go and have a look at those keywords, because that will give you even more ideas for what else you can create in the future. And consider adding those keywords into your titles, into your tags, and into your descriptions. What I love about looking at stats is there's a lot of feedback there. There's a lot of information that you can use for your future Etsy listing. So I highly recommend that this becomes something regular that you do like quite often, because there's always something that you can learn from your stats that you can implement that could even become your next bestseller. Now, something else I want to throw in here, which is super important for Etsy beginners, is to stay in your own lane. What I mean by this is focus on your journey, focus on what you're creating instead of comparing yourself to what other Etsy sellers are doing, how much money they're making in their shop. You really want to block out all that noise and distraction, because I understand what it can feel like at the beginning. It can feel very discouraging when you see others around you succeeding, getting the sales, and you're sort of like, what's going on? You need to guard yourself from all that and focus on your lane. Another thing I want to share with you is this book. It's called Atomic Habits. And this book is super powerful because it really helps you understand the power of taking small, consistent actions over time. And that is something that I've done over the past 1.5 years. And I'm really happy with my results. I've created something really sustainable, and I really love what I do in my Etsy shop. If you want to learn more about selling on Etsy, in particular without social media, check out this video here. And if you love this video, hit that like and subscribe button.